Think marriages only fall apart over cheating or money? Oh, you sweet innocent soul. Today, I'm bringing you 15 of the most ridiculous reasons real people actually ended their marriages. We're talking about a man who let a plastic toy run his entire life, a wife who turned every kiss into a performance review, and a husband whose pet bird had more bed privileges than his own wife. By the end of this, you'll either feel amazing about your relationship or terrified about the future of humanity. Let's get into it. The bird that replaced a wife. He wanted his pet bird to sleep in the bed, not on a perch, not in a cage in the corner, right between them, every single night. She said, absolutely not. He said the bird would feel abandoned. Let that sink in. He was more worried about the bird's feelings than his wife's. Imagine trying to talk about your future together while a feathered roommate squawks every 3 seconds and repeats half your sentences. She eventually realized she ranked somewhere below a creature with a brain the size of a peanut. That was all the motivation she needed to pack her bags and never look back. The Disney movie that destroyed a marriage. She loved a certain animated movie about a magical ice queen. She thought it was a masterpiece. She made her husband sit down and watch the whole thing, expecting him to feel the same way. Instead, he committed the ultimate crime. He said it was just okay. Not terrible, not an insult, just okay. Her exact words? If you can't see why this is brilliant, something is fundamentally broken inside you. Divorce papers came shortly after. The biggest irony in this entire story? The movie's most famous song is literally about letting things go. She clearly skipped that track. One fry to end it all. Forget "Till Death Do Us Part." For this couple, it was "Till the Last Fry Do Us Part." Their entire marriage came crashing down over a single French fry sitting at the bottom of the bag. Both reached for it, neither backed down. And just like that, years of building a life together, gone. Over a piece of fried potato. Some couples survive affairs. Some survive bankruptcy. These two couldn't survive sharing a drive-through order. If your love can't handle one fry, it probably couldn't handle much else either. 2,555 mornings of the same question. Every single morning for 7 straight years, he asked her the exact same question about how she wanted her morning drink prepared. Every day. She answered every time, and every next morning, completely wiped from his memory, like a goldfish in a coffee shop. It wasn't really about the drink. It was about feeling completely invisible to the one person who was supposed to know you better than anyone. After thousands of identical mornings with zero progress, she decided she was done repeating herself to someone who clearly wasn't listening. Sometimes it's not the big betrayals that end a marriage. It's the small ones on an endless loop. The bathroom auditor. Privacy in a marriage is important. Unless your spouse has appointed themselves the official household resource inspector. This wife would stand outside the bathroom door, not out of concern, not to check if he was okay, but to calculate exactly how much toilet paper was being used per session. Every roll was inventoried. Every flush was mentally logged. He couldn't handle his most basic human needs without a full cost analysis being conducted 3 feet away on the other side of the door. Eventually, he decided that the only thing in the house worth getting rid of was the marriage itself. Death by slide deck. Want to buy something for the house? Prepare a formal presentation first. This wife required her husband to build a full slide deck to justify any purchase. Problem statement. Market comparison. Cost projection. Return on investment. For a kitchen appliance. It started as a joke between them, something playful, something funny. But by month 6, it was mandatory. He was spending more time building slides than actually using the things he'd already bought. One day, he walked out. No presentation, no justification, no final slide. For once in that marriage, no approval was needed. The pet that predicted the future. They were only married 2 years when the wife noticed something alarming. Their pet was gaining weight at a terrifying rate because her husband physically could not stop feeding it. She talked to him about it multiple times. He'd nod, agree, then immediately hand over another treat the second she turned around. That's when she started thinking bigger picture. If he had absolutely zero discipline with an animal, what would happen when kids came along? She didn't want to sit around and find out. The pet got a strict diet plan, the husband got served papers, and she got peace of mind. When your house becomes a farm. It started with just one, a cute little chicken in the backyard, fresh eggs every morning, living the dream. Then there were 3, then 8. Then suddenly, 15 chickens were roaming freely through a suburban home. Not in a coop, not in the yard, inside the actual house, on the couch, in the kitchen. One of them was once found standing in the shower like it owned the place. The husband tried to be supportive. He genuinely tried. But when you have to dodge live poultry just to reach your coffee in the morning, something has gone terribly wrong. He didn't file for divorce. He escaped from what had quietly become an indoor barnyard. The honeymoon had a third wheel. Picture this. You just got married. You're packing for your dream honeymoon, the trip you've been dreaming about for months. Your husband walks in with the suitcases and drops a bomb. Great news! My mom's coming with us. Not a friend, not a travel buddy, his actual mother. Every candlelit dinner became a family meal. Every romantic stroll on the beach came with a chaperone offering unsolicited life advice. The wife lasted about 72 hours before she realized she didn't marry a husband. She married a package deal that nobody asked for. The honeymoon ended early. So did the marriage. Married to a detective. Watching true crime documentaries is a perfectly normal hobby. Millions of people do it. But there's a big difference between watching crime shows and studying them like a final exam. This wife didn't just binge episodes. She took detailed notes. She analyzed patterns. She rewound the important parts for a second look. And slowly, dinner conversations started drifting into territory no married couple should explore over pasta. Hypothetically, how would you dispose of evidence? Became Tuesday night small talk. The husband started double-checking the locks at night, not because of strangers, because of his wife. He got out before he accidentally became a case study. Sasquatch stole my husband. He didn't cheat with another woman. He cheated with a myth. This man was so deeply, hopelessly obsessed with finding a legendary forest creature that it consumed every corner of his life. Weekends disappeared into the woods. The garage became a research headquarters covered wall to wall with blurry photographs and red string. His wife would wake up at 3 a.m. to hear him whispering about mysterious sounds outside the window. After years of competing with a creature that almost certainly does not exist, she finally gave up. You can't win a fight against someone whose biggest rival is completely imaginary and apparently more interesting than you. Every kiss had a score. Romance is supposed to be spontaneous, passionate, unpredictable. Not in this marriage. After every single kiss, the wife would rate it, out loud, with detailed commentary. That was about a 6. Decent effort, but the timing felt off. Every intimate moment came with a scorecard, suggestions for improvement, and occasionally a comparison to previous attempts. He didn't want performance notes, he wanted a wife. But she treated every display of affection like she was judging a talent competition. The final score for their relationship? A hard 0. And for the first time, she had no feedback to give. Life Decisions by Toy. Most adults weigh pros and cons. They talk it over, they sleep on it. This man shook a plastic ball and waited for an answer to appear in a tiny window. Where to live? Shake. What to name the baby? Shake. Should they refinance the house? Reply hazy, try again. His wife watched him outsource their entire future to a children's toy filled with blue liquid. She begged him to stop. He couldn't. That little sphere had become his most trusted advisor, more reliable to him than his own wife. She finally made one decision on her own, without consulting anything, and that answer was crystal clear. The lottery jackpot betrayal. For a quarter of a century, this couple built what looked like a perfectly happy marriage. Then the wife hit a massive lottery jackpot, over $1 million. Instead of celebrating together, she quietly filed for divorce, hoping to disappear with every cent before her husband found out. She thought she had the perfect plan. The court thought otherwise. When the judge discovered she had hidden the winnings and violated asset disclosure laws, he didn't just split the money. He awarded every single dollar to the husband, all of it. She gambled on greed and lost everything: the money, the marriage, and whatever dignity she had left. The lottery giveth, and karma taketh away. My wife defied gravity. This one sounds like it belongs in a horror movie, but it actually ended up in a real courtroom. A husband filed for divorce claiming that his wife was possessed. His evidence? He said he had witnessed her body go completely rigid on multiple occasions and, according to his testimony, rise off the ground. He wanted out, immediately. Now here's the part that will really get you. The court reviewed the case, considered the evidence, and actually granted the divorce. Whether you believe in the supernatural or not, "My spouse floats" is hands down the most creative reason anyone has ever given for ending a marriage. No lawyer on this planet was prepared for that filing, and she's still out there somewhere, possibly hovering. And those are the 15 dumbest reasons people actually got divorced. From a marriage that couldn't survive a single fry, to a husband who let a children's toy make every major life decision, to a wife who literally gave performance reviews after every kiss. These stories prove that love is strange, people are even stranger, and some relationships were simply never meant to survive. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, share it with someone who needs a laugh, and subscribe so you don't miss the next round of insanity. And hey, if your relationship survived listening to all 15 of these without a single argument, you two might actually make it. See you in the next one.